Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. And that was very habitual. I have been saying that for so long, it's pretty crazy. If you follow me on my YouTube channel, you know that I recently announced I would have a new intro, and it is something that I really have to consciously think about. So, to clarify or to start again, just as a reminder, this channel is for conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneurs who are seeking to step into their purpose and want to remove the blocks that keep them from it so they can manifest abundance and assist in creating heaven on earth. So, now that that's out of the way, welcome to Monday Magic, my favorite day of the week, where we take an intuitive read on the energies and kind of rehash what we've experienced over the last week and bring in the guidance that Source has offered for today around how to move forward throughout the next week. So it has been a very interesting week. We have experienced quite a bit of solar energy. We had Friday the 13th, which is a beautiful, beautiful day of the feminine, the divine feminine, and magnetizing to us. And so it's been really interesting to sort of look at, and even, the 111 date, right? January 11th. So a lot of energetic activity this past week. And depending on who you are and the state of your current physical being, as well as your location in the world and your awareness, the things that you're working through, it certainly will influence how you experience this past week. But when you have 3 X-class solar flares 3 days in a row, that's pretty intense for all of us. And that is not common for the recent past, although when you are in a solar maximum, that is not uncommon. We have been in we're starting a solar maximum the past 3 years. We were in a solar minimum prior to that. The peak of the solar maximum is anticipated July of 2025. So what we have experienced this past week will be a little bit more prevalent in the future, right? In the coming years. So what does this mean for us? Many people, I would say the most common symptom that I have heard of is a restless sleep, very intense dreams, very vivid dreams, and a lot of insight or clarity, or just those moments, people call them downloads, those moments where you've kind of struggled with something, or you've had resistance to something, and it has been difficult to understand. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, maybe you weren't even thinking of it, clarity came. Just had that shift in perspective where it was like, oh, I understand this now, or I can see their perspective, or I know what I need to do. And so that has been very common this past week as well. Certainly anxiety and that feeling of, just a little bit of, increased activation is, of course, very common when you're dealing with that influx of excess energy. Another thing that I noticed too is that when we're not aware of it, or we're trying to push through it, we can feel overwhelmed. We can feel aggravation, frustration. We may even lash out at another person. And in psychology, there's something called the diathesis model. Essentially, you have your cup, and when your cup is full, you overflow. It's pretty simple, right? So when we are experiencing frustration or aggravation or aggression towards others, it's because we're too full. We cannot tolerate anymore, and the influx of energies has just added to our already full cup. And of course, the only thing left to do is overflow. So if that's how you've experienced it, know that you need self-care, nurturing, peel back the layers on what's being asked to be addressed in your life, what's causing stress or anxiety, and go after the solution for solving that. That we want to make sure that we are emptying out our cup as much as possible, and we do that by nurturing ourselves, taking care of ourselves, meeting our needs, and addressing the issues at hand. Fatigue and general quiet or stillness, I would say, is sort of the quality of the energy today. The solar energy has slowed down a bit, although we're still experiencing M and C class solar flares, which is not uncommon. We did have a bit of a spike, just a small marginal spike in the K index, and the Schumann resonance did peak quite a bit over this past week, in coordination with those solar flares. So all of that's pretty normal and natural. Again, that just creates a little bit more for us to work through, and it can open that channel for insight and awareness and growth and clarity. And it really is offering a level up, that as we gain that new clarity, or we sort of have that layer removed of an inaccurate perception, we're one step closer to the truth of who we are, the truth of what is the real reality, and not the reality that is seen through the veil of our Maya, our illusion, our misconceptions. So know that as we sort of decompress from the energies this past week, there is a quiet or a stillness that is available to us today. And it feels very comforting, nurturing, and healing. That we may be a little bit extra tired, maybe need a little bit more sleep, because we are re-energizing. And the visual came of a battery, a rechargeable battery that's been put onto the charging station. That feels like where we're at right now. That we're being re-energized, rejuvenated, recuperating from the energy of this past week. So go easy on yourself. Trust yourself was a very strong message that came through. Trust yourself means trust what you need. Trust what you're feeling. Don't should all over yourself. Put down the resistance to what we have experienced or to the energy that we're in today. Open up to receive. Ooh, big goosebumps. And know that that is what is being asked of you right now. Imagine yourself just opening up to whatever energy is coming in, whatever insights are wanting to come through. That when we are in resistance or hypervigilance or frustration or aggression, we are blocking. We want to step back into that open, receptive, calm nervous system state. Sympathetic nervous system state is blocking, is masculine, is resistant. Parasympathetic nervous system, feminine, relaxed, open, healing, repairing, and growing. Open to receive love. Know that this benevolent, loving energy who created us, who loves us so deeply, wants to hold and nurture us in this moment, to help us to receive, to help us re-energize. Know that all is well, because it always is. And know that there is no need to hurry. It is okay to just be at peace with what is right now, no matter what is, because it all is exactly how it needs to be. The only thing that we need to work on, or where we should put our energy or our focus and attention, work has that connotation to it that is outdated. If we were to use our focus and attention for something right now, we are being asked to use it on working on our vibration, to play with and work with our instrument, that is our body. To know and understand, how does the nervous system work? How do I get activated? When do I get activated? When do I move from that masculine, resistant, activated nervous system state to the feminine, surrendered, calm, receiving, receptive, magnetic nervous system state? Another strong piece of guidance that came through was learn to play your instrument. That we are like a tuning fork. We are vibrating and we are emanating a frequency at all times. And as within, so without. We are creating our reality. So it is of our highest priority, next to our connection to our Creator, would be to understand our vibration, understand the instrument and the tones and the frequency and the music that is coming out of it or being played by it. Learn to hear your instrument and fine-tune it. Learn to recognize when you have moved into that activated nervous system state, masculine, resistant, versus feminine, receiving, allowing. Start to work with and learn how to shift that. See those triggers that cause you to jump into that activated nervous system state, and recognize those as gifts that help us see the wounds or the trauma that needs to be healed. From there, know that you cannot ignore those things, especially if there's an exaggerated response. If it seems uncontrollable, if that trigger, that external stimuli seems like something I can't keep my body calm in, then know that that's something you need help with. You need trauma healing. That's why I'm a brain spotting certified practitioner. Somatic healing works, whether it's brain spotting, EMDR, there's other somatic responses as well. Just know that that is an indication you need help. We're not meant to do this alone. There are no brownie points for doing this alone. Remember, our bodies are instruments, creative, manifesting instruments. We are asked by our Creator to understand the power that we have been given, not by our own ability, but through our Creator, in our relationship with the divine. We are here to do something that matters. We have a purpose. We're made perfectly imperfect for your purpose. Your purpose will emanate from your frequency, from your instrument. So know that your instrument creates your world, as within, so without. And if you're confused on how to work with this, or there's questions that I haven't answered here, ask your Creator, ask Source, ask for guidance. Show me, give me clarity. How do I make this happen? Remembering that when you say, I can't, you've put up a wall. You have built your own limitations, created your own prison. You ask the question, how can I? You open yourself up to receive the support and the guidance that is necessary to help you move through and understand how to predominantly be in that feminine, magnetic, allowing state. Of course, part of our creation is through action, is through the masculine, is through the doing, but it is possible to be in an active state of rest, to act and still be in that calm, magnetic, feminine state. We can be balanced in both our action and our rest. So clean up your energetic footprint was another one that came through. That was very interesting. I think of the carbon footprint, right? That we're emanating this frequency and this vibration. We're creating all of the time. It's always coming through us and out into our reality. And when we see things we don't like, that is just an echo of the previous energetic footprint. So as we remain patient and understanding these things take time, we can clean up our energetic footprint. And therefore, in the future, we will experience the echo of this past instead of where we have been in our trauma and our wounding and our conditioning. So what you are creating is the highest priority next to your relationship with your Creator. Learn to manage and master your energetic state by mastering your mind-body connection. Understanding that from our beliefs, from our thoughts, our chemistry, from our chemistry, our emotion, which is our energy in motion, which is our frequency, and our vibration, which is our attraction point. So learn to work with the mind and body, understanding your beliefs, understanding the traumas and the triggers, healing those so that you can consciously choose a better thought, choose better chemistry, choose better emotion, keep the nervous system calm, emanate and vibrate the highest frequency of love. Because in the end, it really is all about love. loving yourself, loving others, loving the external environment, the situations, the places you're at. That's what it means to put down resistance, is to stubbornly refuse to only share anything but acceptance, love, compassion, empathy, understanding. And you will be surprised how refusing to offer anything but love is how we clean up our energetic footprint. Those perceptions that things should be different, or they shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have to do this, or why do they never treat me right, or why am I always left behind, or the assumption that things are wrong is resistance. That's creating that negative chemistry, creating that stress, creating the activated nervous system state, creating the low vibration and frequency, creating more of the same. So remember, calm is magnetic, activated is resistant. Feel your body and start to learn how to shift it. If you need tips on how to do this, definitely check out my YouTube channel. I offer many, many free tips and tricks. We also have the New Earth Construction Team community where we talk about this every day, all the time. I am constantly putting new courses in there. You can access it for an extremely low cost of $20 a month. I could not make this more accessible. So I would really love to be able to support you. It is an honor and a privilege to be here in service of your purpose and your abilities. I love you, my friends, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care and have a beautiful and blessed week. Namaste.